Do you feel bored with your life? Is life lately becoming more and more mundane, seemingly directionless, perhaps even pointless? To share briefly, I am by training a physician, but I'm also in the academe and I'm a small business owner myself. But oftentimes, I feel really bored with my life. Like, it's not exciting enough, if that makes any sense. It's like I always get this feeling that I am missing out on something. However, I myself cannot define what that missing something really is. But there's a certain void, a certain lack, which I feel now and then. Boredom. I'll just label it as such for now. And this mundanity, this boringness of life, of existence, I've shared last week with my former philosophy professor who I eventually became very close friends with. She's now semi-retired and I told her about this. And the answer she gave me quite surprised me. She said, if you feel bored with your life, consider it a blessing. Again, if you feel bored with your life, consider it a blessing. Why so? Because that means that you're not hungry, you're not actively looking for where to eat, how to get your food. You probably have a stable income that allows you to have a roof over your head. Otherwise, your boredom would be replaced by a constant need and fear over where you will spend the night in. And number three, you probably have sufficient clothing. You can afford your basic necessities, your food, your shelter, and clothing. Because if you can't, you will not have the time, the privilege, so to speak, to be bored. Your boredom in another set of circumstances would be replaced by this constant, this primal desire to first get your basic necessities in place. You don't know where to get your food, where to get your shelter, your clothing. Man, you won't have the time to feel bored. And her response really took me aback because I'll be honest, I feel that I've always been a privileged individual. I grew up in a very supportive family background. I didn't grow up in want. I've always had my basic necessities and more given to me when I was a child. And so it's really easy for me to take the basics, the fundamentals for granted. So for granted. And so to anyone else who might be watching, perhaps your boredom may not necessarily be a bad thing. It might not necessarily be a bad place. Perhaps your boredom may actually be a symptom of a privileged position. Maybe it's coming from a place where all your needs, your necessities are already fulfilled. So it may actually be coming from a place of excess, of privilege. Another way to look at your boredom. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in our next video. Until then, stay safe, and I send you all the best wishes.